Welcome guys, my name is Albert. In today's video we are going to be doing a breakdown, an Infield video by Austin Dunham, right? He is a YouTuber on this platform. I will be giving my breakdown on a video that he did about cold approaching, and it's a video about him doing cold approaching, right? So we are going to break it down, and I believe you guys will get a lot of value from this video. So stay tuned till the end of the video so you guys can grab as much value as you guys can. Before we get into the video, guys, do me a huge favor as it helps the channel grow. Hit this video with a like. Guys, it does not cost anything. It helps the channel grow. If you guys are getting value on this channel, guys, hit this video with a like. Okay, with that, guys, let's get right into this video.
But we're gonna have to make it work. I don't mean to bother you. I just thought you were super attractive. What's your name?
Leah.
Leah? How are Austin?
Huh?
I said my name's Austin. How old are you?
I'm 21.
You're 21? Okay, gotcha. I gotta get back to my French real quick.
That's very important, right? Always, it's always, I mean, I wouldn't ask it right up front, but it's always good to get a girl's age, right, when you're talking to her, because now there are some girls that they look old, but man, I have had some scares. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've approached some girls and were like, okay, you know what, actually forget everything I said, right? So you always want to get her age during the interaction, okay?
But you got Instagram?
Yeah.
Just tell me, yeah, I'll remember it. All right, guys, so I just made my first one. It wasn't recorded, though. But 1 out of 6, we actually came to the mall because the other area was just way too bad. So, all right, guys, I'm going to commentate the rest of this because we did not get the audio. But this is Troy's approach. As you see, in order to approach a girl naturally, he walked in front of her, then turned back around. As you can tell, he's shaking her hand right here. But I found that pretty interesting because I asked him, as somebody who has day gamed before, like, is it awkward to go up to a girl behind her or on the side of her, tap her on the shoulder? And he told me that you usually don't want to do that. Go up in front of her, then kind of turn around naturally so that you're kind of right in front of her.
That is very, very good advice, okay? The optimal way to approach a girl in the daytime is from the front, right? So if you can somehow kind of like walk in front of her, as in like she's walking, so you guys are walking from opposite direction, and before you guys pass, you can actually turn and introduce yourself, or turn and, you know, acknowledge her, right, and start talking. That is better than actually approaching her from behind, right? But sometimes this is, you can't always have that opportunity. So what you want to do is you want to walk a little bit past her, right? A little bit past her, not neck and neck with her, but you want to walk, if you're coming from behind her, walk a little bit past her, turn your head, and then give your approach, right? And then give your opening line or whatever it is, right? Because one thing you don't want to do is start talking to her or say anything to her from behind, because you're, one, either going to scare her, or two, you're going to creep her out. And once you have that first initial reaction, it is pretty hard to get a good reaction after that. It's possible, but you're now starting from a place where you don't want to be, okay?
And as you can tell, this approach was actually very successful for him. She was very receptive, compliant, and he did end up getting her Instagram. Now, I know how guys feel about getting the Instagram versus getting the number, but the reason why I personally get Instagram is because from there I can show my social proof and pre-selection, because I have followers and take really good pictures.
Exactly. Very, very correct. If you have a fantastic Instagram, right, then you can get the Instagram. But let's be honest, 95% of guys don't have a good Instagram. I don't even have a good Instagram, right? So I never go for an Instagram close. Always go for the number close, right? If a girl says, oh no, I only give my Instagram, tell her, look, I do not do Instagram. Or you just don't have Instagram. And if she's not willing to give you the number, say, okay, you know what? Have a good day. Never accept the Instagram. Literally, why girls will personally ask you for your Instagram is because they want to stalk you. They want to see what kind of person you are. And trust me, guys, When it comes to most Instagrams of guys, you are lost, right? You are lost. If you give a girl your Instagram, all she would do is use your Instagram as a reason not to ever answer your DMs or anything. Okay, especially if you have a bad Instagram. If you now have an Instagram like Austin Dunham is verified on Instagram, so that his is a little bit different than most regular guys, right? So always go for the numbers.
But if you don't have that same case, then obviously you probably want to go for the number. Now, this is another example of one of my other approaches, and I actually approach a group of girls. So naturally, when you're in a day environment or even a night environment, you're mostly going to approach girls when they're in a group. So what I've learned is that you really have to get over that fear and kind of still make your approach. But what you want to do is address both people. So after I talk to one girl, I always introduce myself to her friend too, and then ask questions as a group, and then go back to the singular friend, get the information, then head out. All of my approaches ever are really quick. Even in the first one that you guys saw, I make it clear, get my name, get their info, then I'm out. I've had a lot of success with that in the past. I don't like to sit and talk for 5-10 minutes unless the conversation is going really well.
Okay, I will say one thing about this, right? About what just happened. So when you're approaching a girl and you're talking to her, right, and you see that you're having a good interaction with the girl, the key point is you have to keep walking with the girl as you guys are talking, right? At a moment, you kind of want to get her to stop, right? So that you guys, if you can get the girl to actually physically stop from when you guys are moving, this is good, right? Unless she's actually, now you have to obviously use common sense, right? Let's say the girl is in a hurry, you know, she's on her way to a wedding or she's on her way to go buy something, or because when people are walking, they're on their way to someplace, right? But here's the thing, some people might be, you know, they might just be at the mall just looking to get a new shirt for their party tonight. So they're not really in a hurry to get that shirt right now. But let's say they were, you know, they were actually running like they have to get back to work in 5 minutes or like in 10 minutes, and they need to grab this coffee to get back to their break. And you're there trying to like talk to them for like 50 minutes. Now you become a nuisance, right? So here's the thing. When you're talking to a girl during the approach, you have to kind of, all this you have to kind of gauge from looking in her body language and see, does she seem rushed? Does she seem like she actually wants to talk to you? Does she seem open? Right? These are things that you will gauge the more you approach, right? When you're just the beginning approaching girls, trust me, it's going to be nerve-wracking, but it's going to take time, it's going to take practice. The more you do it, I promise you, it is going to get easier, right? It is going to get easier. And one thing before I cut back to the video, here's the thing. A very key component is when you get the number, right? Now you have already seen that, you know what, this chick, she's cool. Talk to her for you know, maybe a minute or so, 2 minutes after you get the number to kind of build a little bit of rapport, and then say, you know what, I got to get going. We'll talk later. Talk to, if you can, that's what I'm saying. But sometimes if she's in a rush, you just get the number and let her go. You go your own way. But if you can, talk to her for a little bit and get kind of comfortable with her. So it seems like you actually want to continue the conversation. Trust me, this will actually decrease your flaky rates from the numbers you get, right? Because it will show her that, you know what, actually this guy seems like a more interesting guy, and the number wasn't his main goal. The number was actually trying to get to know her. I mean, the main reason is that you want to clap some cheeks, but you can't really say that, right? So you have to give the impression that, you know what, hey girl, I actually want to get to know you. Wink, wink, right?
I'm married. Sorry.
She's married. You heard that?
I heard it. It's a lot of fun.
So guys, obviously with cold approaching, you're definitely gonna get rejected. You're literally taking a shot in the dark. As you see right there, she was actually married, and she made it clear to the whole entire store that she was married. What did I do? I just turned around and walked away. Now, I didn't show all my approaches, just only 2 of them, but in that whole time, I did approach 5 girls, some of them in groups. Of those 5, 2, I got the close. One was underage, and I had no idea. That's why I also asked for the age. This girl was literally 16 years old. And then the second.
Yeah, that will happen. That will happen. Trust me, that will happen. And some of them will actually give you the number. But you have to understand, depending on where you are in the freaking country, it is a crime. I repeat, it is a crime to go out with an underage girl. So please always ask for the girl's number. I don't care how old she looks, right? I don't care how developed she is. I always ask for the number. And one other thing, guys, trust me, you are going to get rejected, right? So if you are not approaching women because you think you're not going to get rejected, because you're afraid that you might get rejected and you don't know what to say, trust me, guys, you will get rejected, okay? And here's the thing, right? Look at Austin, right? There is something very important here that you need to know. What is it about Austin that is helping him, right? He's well-dressed, he's in shape, right? And he still gets rejected, right? And he knows what he's doing, but he still gets rejected. So that should give you an idea that, look, right? Sometimes it may not even be your approach. It just may be that you meet a woman or talk to a woman and it's just the wrong time, the wrong place, right? You don't know, right? You don't know why she's rejecting you, but that is not your problem. Your problem as a man is to actually, your goal as a man is to go and make the approaches, right? You have to go and you have to talk to the women. You have to say, yo, you have to open your mouth, because remember, guys, a closed mouth does not get fed, right? So you have to go out there and do the approaches. You have to meet more women. Why this is important is that so you can give yourself options to find, to be able to have a good pool of women that you can talk to and actually get the ones that you know that, okay, you know what, this girl, this is the one that I need to spend more time with or invest more time in, right? Here's the thing. Remember, if you're going to approach women, if you're going to be approaching women, remember your style. You want to dress well, guys. You want to dress well, guys. Appearance is everything, right? You want to be in shape as much as you can be, right? Very well. Guys, I cannot understate the fact of being well groomed when you go out in public, right? This will increase your chances, right? Is it that every girl if you're well groomed, in shape, you have your style together, every girl's gonna say yes? No, right? But it will improve your chances, right? Just go out there, ask questions, dig more into the girl, right? So you ask a question, she gives you the answer, and then you actually elaborate on her answers. Right? So let me give you an example. You ask a girl, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from, I don't know, Timbuktu. Right? Oh, wow, Timbuktu. I've never been to Timbuktu. I have heard this and this about Timbuktu. You know, a lot of people from Timbuktu that I've heard about are kind of crazy. Is that true? No, I don't think so. Where did you hear that from? Yeah, you know, it's been going around. You see how I took her answer? No matter what she told me, I can just make up stuff, right? But that's how you carry a little bit of conversation. You do that for maybe 5-10 minutes. Then you ask her, hey, you know what? I got to get going, but we should grab coffee sometime, or we should have dinner sometime, whatever, right? When she says yes, then you say, okay, what is a good number to reach you, right? You never say, hey, you know what? I like you. Can I get your number? Trash. Out the window, trash, right? Because the point is not the number. The point is to get her to say, yes, I want to meet up with you after this interaction. As soon as she says yes, the number is just a mere formality. Once you get the number, you say, hey, what are you up to later? Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah, me too. I don't know. She's like, I'm going to go get a butt lift. Oh, yeah, that's fucking crazy. I'm actually heading to the gym later on. Oh, man, I'm going to have to kill this leg day. Oh, yeah, leg day is crazy. Oh, my God. Whatever's, right? Just to carry that, just to build a little bit of interest after you've gotten the number, right? This is very important. Trust me. Let's continue the video.
One was married, and then the other one just straight up
I don't know what it is, but my nose is freaking itching. God dang.
wasn't into it at all. So me and Troy made our approaches, but we have one more person left, and his name is Mike. Now Mike told me that he has never cold approached a chick during the daytime. So now we're gonna teach him, and this is his chance.
Right. So that's what I did. I just basically walk up. I just like focus on that shit. Don't even think about it. And then when I get up to her, I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Oh, what's up? Hey, what's up? And then boom.
Yeah,
this
that's the
happens.
thing. Like, I don't feel like I'm nervous. Like, I know I'm not nervous, but it's also just like, okay, how the fuck do you just like generate?
Guys, it's okay to be nervous when you do this the first time, okay? When I was learning how to cold approach in the daytime, I was freaking nervous. It's okay to be nervous, right? Courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting in spite of fear, right? It's acting in spite of fear. You cannot let your fears stop you from getting what you want in life. Plain and simple. We as men, the main reason we as men have succeeded is that we have conquered our fears, right? The main reason that we continue to progress in life is because we have conquered our fears, right? Right? It was fearful to go in space. It was fearful to, to journey across the ocean. But if we had stayed where we were, we would have never progressed in life, right? So you have to, everything you want, I feel like I'm like a self-help book. Everything you want is outside your comfort zone. So you have to put yourself in comfort zone. I will tell you a story. I remember the first time the first few times I was approaching. I was talking to this girl and I was sweating profusely. When I tell you it literally looked like someone poured a whole bucket of water on me. I was sweating profusely. When I say profusely, it looked like I just literally came out of the gym. And literally, I had been talking to her for maybe 1 minute. I was mumbling. And what even made it worse is that she even said, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "Oh, no, it's just hot in here." But I had to do it, right? I had to do it. Fast forward years later, I'm smashing girls that I would have never dreamed that I would be smashing a few years back, right? So you have to, guys, don't think about this approach. Think about what you're going to gain in the long run, right? Because most guys are afraid of this moment. They're afraid of this, in this moment, I am going to feel embarrassed. No, think about your whole life. Think about what your life would look like if you are able to overcome your fear of approaching. Think about it. Think about it. How different would your life be if you could actually break down and actually approach the girls that you find attractive, that you are able to improve your dating life and go out with the women that you actually choose to go out with, instead of going out with the woman that you just kind of can barely get with, right? Let's continue.
Momentum, or just like in that initial interaction, you know what I mean?
I told him it's because he's socially programmed to not want to talk to strangers or girls he doesn't know.
Right.
So I say a way you can warm up. For example, that one girl that walked past, I was like, you could just ask her, "Hey, where you get your jewelry from?"
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
just been about your way. Yeah.
Kind of like the chick that was at the Panda Express working the cashier. She had a tattoo. I was like, nice tattoo. What is it? What's the story behind it? And automatically she opens up. Oh, it's such a long story. That and that. You know what I mean? Just slide shit like that, bro. And then literally offer something like that. Boom. Like, hey, you better start maybe compliment here or there.
So what I did with shorty, with the girl, I was like, hey, I just saw you walking past, thought you were cute. What's your name? Boom. You got Instagram? She was like, yeah, I got Instagram. I was like, cool. And then she was like, oh, you dance too? She saw my page.
Oh, gotcha.
And then she was like, oh, where you work at?
And that created like this.
And it created like a whole thing. And so she already kind of she made it easy for me. So all you gotta do is just show up, kind of, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you'll know she's feeling you within like a couple seconds.
Or just be there type shit.
Just be there, just show up. And so.
That's all it is, baby.
And tell them you never.
Oh yeah,
life,
never in my
done
life.
it.
Oh,
Like every girl that like I've been with or interacted with has been like I met her through a friend. So like if you and I go out, you bring a girl and she brings her girlfriend.
Like pussy by association.
Basically, yeah. No, for real shit. Or I'll just see a girl on IG, I'll DM her, or she'll DM me first, and boom. You know what I mean? But I've never had to like go up to a girl and be like, hey, my name's Mike. It's because it puts you on the spot. Yeah. And you gotta you can't be too stuck in your head, because if you are, you're gonna just fumble through it. Yeah. So it does take a little bit of practice, but I think, bro, honestly, don't even try to go for a close.
Yeah, honestly, those first few approaches, don't worry about it, man. Trust me, don't worry about it. Just go do it, right? Your first objective when it comes to cold approaching is learning to practice how to get yourself to actually approach. Get yourself to approach women. Try to get over your approach anxiety. It is going to be difficult at first, but trust me, the more time and practice that you put into it, it will be worth it. One of the biggest helps that helped me along the journey of actually conquering my approach anxiety is that doing it with a friend, right? Doing it with somebody that is going to hold you accountable, like an accountability partner, right? Somebody that's like, okay, all right, you do have an accountability partner, right? Someone that you're going to approach with, right? Or maybe somebody that maybe they don't want to approach, but you're like, hey, look, I want you to keep me accountable. I want you to be here to watch me do this, right? Tell yourself, give yourself, okay, I need to do 4 approaches today. Or if 4 is too much, okay, I need to do 1 approach today. If I can do 1 approach, look at it like this, right? If you do 1 approach every day for 30 days, you have done 30 approaches in a month. That it will put you ahead of 95% of guys out there. 95% of guys out there, all they do is complain about women. That's all they do. None of them have put in the work. None of them are approaching women. They approach women maybe like 2-3 times, maybe 5 times the whole year, right? Think about how you would progress if you did 30 approaches in a month, right? 365 approaches in a year. If you just did 1 approach each day, you said, you know what? I will say hi to at least 1 girl each day. That doesn't take time. That just takes effort. That just takes a simple effort. Walk out your door and be like, you know what? The first cute chick I see today, I'm gonna say hi to her. Boom. That's it, right? And I promise you, you will actually improve your approachability will improve exponentially, right? Sometimes it's not even the why, or it's not even the how you do something. It's the why. Why do you want to improve, right? You want to improve your dating life. That's what's important to you, right? You want to get laid more, right? You just don't want to be at home sitting down on a Saturday night fapping, right? You want to have more women in your life, right? That's why we teach you have to approach. You just have to improve your approaching abilities.
Go up, be like, hey, I'm Mike. I just want to let you know you're cute.
Yeah, how about that? Don't go for close.
Just be like, hey,
You
I
gotta
thought
talk
you
to
were
it.
cute. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Boom. Bet. Okay.
Yeah.
Bet. Let's do that.
It's as simple as that.
Because when you feel like you got to go for close, I feel like that does make it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Because it's like now, like, I have to get a number. I have to get an Instagram.
Yeah.
You're putting like pressure on yourself. Yeah. Because that's the thing, like, I don't feel nervous about talking to a girl. Like, it's a girl, you know what I mean? But it's like all these other variables, I'm like, oh, shit. You got to be watching, you got to be walking past. I got my boys with me and shit.
That's the biggest thing too. Like in the gym, why I never quit approach is because it was not fear of judgment or rejection from her. It's judgment from others.
And that's when I first started doing this shit, bro. That's what scared me the most.
Judgment from
everybody
others?
else watching me. Like, if no one's around, I'd be cool.
Yes, that is a perfect point. Yes, this actually happens to me sometimes, right? And I will tell you this, right? This probably is going to help you more than anything. This is going to help you more than anything. If you're afraid of what everybody around you thinks of you approaching that girl, I'm going to tell you one thing that you're going to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Guys, let me tell you this. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares that you're talking to this girl, right? In fact, people are going to be more impressed at the fact that you're talking to this hot girl because most likely all of these guys or these people watching you, maybe some of the guys actually wanted to say hi to her, but couldn't. But you were the only one that had the balls to go and approach this approach this girl, right? So guys, and you have to become fearless. You have to become fearless, guys. And it's going to take practice. I know it's going to take practice. I know it's tough. I understand. I have been there. Trust me. It is not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. I would be lying to you if I told you that it's going to be easy to go and just get yourself to cold approach. But you have to do it, right? Nothing worth getting or achieving in life is going to be easy. You're going to have to go through some learning pains. There's gonna be frustration. There's gonna be days you're gonna freaking rejection. But then when you actually get that number, that first time you get that number, there's this euphoric feeling like, yes, I did it, right? Yes, I did it. After I put in all this work, right? I finally got the number, right? And then the more you do it, the better that you're going to be. The more solid those numbers will be, right? Because in the beginning, those numbers are not going to be as solid, right? They may be, some of them will be. I'm not going to lie. Some of them will be. So most of them are going to be flaky. But the more you cold approach, the better that you are able to actually communicate and convey your personality, the more those numbers are going to be solid. The more that you're going to be able to get those girls out on dates. Okay?
Because people are around, and so what I used to do is, bro, I told Austin this too. I used to go up in the middle of crowds and shit, bro, just to get that exposure. And I wouldn't even go for the clothes. I just be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know you were cute. Just walk away. Have a nice day. Wow. Yeah. I used to do that shit over and over and over. So you just got exposure therapy. Exposure.
Yo, low key, this is like a mini boot camp right now. Mini boot camp.
Hey, facts.
Photo coach boot camp.
Don't forget, you get all these tips on the Patreon. Link in the bio.
Hey, already know.
Patreon, baby. Patreon.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey, there you go right here. Coming up.
Okay.
Hey, coming up.
I'm gonna stay right here.
See that girl? Come right there. Oh, God. Hey, be like, hey, I thought you were cute.
Oh, she's bad, bro. What the fuck? She's bad. Wait a minute. We might have to trade on that one. She's the baddest girl of the day.
Bro, she's literally bad at you, bro.
The fuck? Oh my God. All right, Mike.
Yeah.
Good job, man. See? How'd it go? Tell me how it
I think it
go.
was good. So, like, so when she walked in, she, like, triggered the alarm and shit. So, yeah. So I was like, what you steal? And she was like, oh, I didn't steal anything. Like, they forgot to take this off my shirt or whatever the case is. I was like, what'd you buy? And then she was like, oh, I just bought, like, a little dress and, like, a shirt and everything like that. And I was like, cool.
Okay, now he probably doesn't know this, but something that he did there was that I'll give him props for is that he used situational openers, right? Now, there are different ways that you can open a girl. You can go the direct route. You can go the cocky, funny route. You can go situational openers, right? Which is what he did, right? He walked in, the girl triggered the alarm, and he came in with something funny. Oh, what did you steal, right? Depending on how you say it, she might be, in that moment, she might laugh at it, but, you know, you can carry on from that point, right? A direct opener is like, hey, you know what? I thought you were cute and I wanted to come say hi. That's a direct opener. Another cocky, funny opener that you could use, you could say, oh, you know what? I saw you and I was like, wait a minute, she's almost as cute as me. So I thought I'd come say hi to you. Now, that opener takes a lot of balls to say, right? And with the right delivery, it works really well. This is an opener that I actually use, right? That actually works a lot of times for me. It breaks the ice. It's something funny to say, and then you can carry the conversation on like that, okay?
I was like, I actually got to get more shirts because I got a wedding to go to. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got to get like a dress shirt. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, have a good day and everything. I'm going to go ahead. So
Cool, man. Good job.
Thanks, bro.
Good job.
I guess she's bad, bro.
Bro, I was telling you, she was bad. Wasn't she? She's the baddest one that, like, in the whole mall.
Yeah, low key, part of me wanted to, like, keep pushing, but, like, the way that it was going, I was like, there was really nowhere else for me to generate. You know what I mean?
Did you approach it too?
I did, yeah, I approached it too.
How was it?
She stopped and was like, first she kept walking, and then I kept talking, and she stopped, and I was like, oh shit. And then after that, she was, I asked her how her day went, and then she was like, oh, what are you doing here? You shopping? What are you shopping for? I was like, oh yeah, I'm just shopping for some clothes, a shirt. And then she was like, well, just to let you know, I got a boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a little rejection, so.
Rejection clothes.
But it was worth it though, because she was bad, so. That's the thing though, because like, I wanted to keep pushing, but I don't know, something in me just was like, nah, leave it alone. That The fear. It's the fear.
Yeah.
Like something I can't explain it. Like you're probably right. Yeah. It's nature, bro. You feel like something you're threatened, so your natural thing is to flee, to fight or flight. So the best thing to do is just stand there in the shit. Even if you start fucking sweating, just stand there. I used to do that shit. Just sweat. I used to be sweating, bro. It's crazy because I had a way out because when I said I had to go and get like a dress shirt.
Yep. Same. I told you guys. Same. I used to sweat profusely. And my thing was that I was not going to, I would rather her say no to me than actually run away scared. I would be sweating profusely. And I would be talking to this girl while I'm sweating profusely, asking her questions. Finally, I was like, yo, I'd like to grab coffee with you. Can I get you your number? Like fumbling through it, right? Sometimes, crazy enough, as I'm profusely, I would still get the number. Obviously, the numbers were flaky, but it's like the number is not important. What's important is that you get over this hump, this fear that is holding you back from getting the dating life that you want, right? And get to a point where I am right now where it's like it is harder for me to actually it is harder for me to actually say to myself, okay, don't approach anybody today. It is nigh impossible. If I see a hot girl, I have to approach her. It is just ingrained in me, right? Sometimes I'm even rushing. I'm late to a thing. I see a hot girl. I'm driving. I'm like, okay, just keep going. It's fine. That's how crazy it is now. I'm not saying that's a great thing, but you want to get to a point where it's like when you see a hot girl, your first instinct should be, okay, let me go approach that girl. Not, oh shit, okay, let me just flee, run in a fear, right?
And shit, the men's section is downstairs, and obviously where I was talking to her was the women's section. Yeah. So for me to like be awkward and just turn around and leave the store would have been stupid. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go downstairs, have a good day, and then that's why I had to come back and like,
Please, well, at least we got it done.
I feel good.
Yes, it makes you feel better, right?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. It's like you get pumped up from the shit.
Yeah.
You get warmed up,
And then, honestly, bro, like you want to keep doing more.
Especially when you start seeing successful.
Yeah. I say do another one. Oh, that's a spot. Oh, he's so
He's like, no, I'm good. One and done. One and done.
But hey, that's the start. So we should do it again, though. We should do it again.
I think great job all around. But I will say this at the end, right? Guys, when it comes to a cold approaching, it is a very good skill to have, right? You can work on your online game, but cold approaching will improve your dating life exponentially. Because why? Most people don't do it, right? Most people don't do it. When you are online dating, and I'm not saying you can get a lot of great results from online dating, yes. But when you cold approach, you cut in front of everybody, right? Especially when you get good at it, you basically cut in line in front of the guy that she's talking to on her DMs, she's talking to on all those online dating. You basically cut to the front of the line, right? That is why I like the cold approach, because it's right then and there. Even sometimes, this is an advanced game, right? If I have time later on that night, I will actually invite them for coffee that same day, right? I meet them in the afternoon. Hey, what are you doing later on? Oh, I'm not doing anything later on. Okay, let's grab coffee later on. I'll pick you up at this time, or meet me over there. Plain and simple, right? You just cut in front of her whole online orbiters, right? The guy that she was talking to, the guy that she was supposed to see freaking over the weekend, right? So I am a big, huge advocate for cold approaching, right? This is very, very important. Guys, that is the video for today. If you haven't already, guys, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Again, hit this video with a like. Guys, if you have any questions about dating, relationships, any tips that you need with a current situation, guys, leave me I have my email in the comments. I have my email in the description box. Send me an email and I'll get back to you, okay? With that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.